types of monsters after the Chernobyl nuclear power plant explosion. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that's both spooky and fascinating: the world of monsters that have emerged following the infamous Chernobyl disaster. For those who might not know, the Chernobyl nuclear power plant exploded on April 26, 1986, leading to one of the worst nuclear disasters in history. But what if I told you that the aftermath wasn't just significant in terms of human impact, but also gave rise to a new kind of mythology? That's right, we're talking about the creepy creatures, urban legends, and cultural references inspired by what happened afterward. To really understand these monsters, we need to revisit the disaster itself for a moment. It all started early one fateful morning, when a reactor at Chernobyl exploded during a safety test gone wrong. The aftermath was devastating. Thousands of people had to evacuate the nearby city of Pripyat, and a vast area around the plant, the exclusion zone, was abandoned. The haunting images of empty towns and overgrown buildings became synonymous with the disaster and set the stage for all those monstrous tales. So what exactly happened to the environment in the wake of this catastrophe? Well, radiation released into the area caused some crazy effects on wildlife. Scientists have documented instances where animals were observed with unusual mutations. For example, there were reports of three-eyed frogs and extra-legged creatures roaming around. These bizarre mutations fed into folk stories and urban legends as people began to estimate just how far radiation could push the boundaries of nature. Now let's talk about those monsters that emerged in local folklore and urban legends. After the explosion, tales of ghostly apparitions started to circulate, with many claiming they could see the spirits of those who had once lived in Pripyat. People began describing shadowy figures lurking among the ruins, bringing an eerie twist to the already haunting landscape. A notable claim was the appearance of a Chernobyl version of the legendary chupacabra. Can you imagine? A radiation-infused creature roaming around? This led to wild stories of encounters, blurring the lines between myth and reality. But it isn't just local legends that have been inspired by Chernobyl. Pop culture has definitely taken a swing at it too. You've probably heard of the popular video game series Stalker, right? It's set in the Chernobyl exclusion zone and showcases all sorts of mutated creatures, highlighting both the horror and mystery surrounding the area. Then there's the film Chernobyl Diaries, which taps into the fear of the unknown and the dangers lurking in these abandoned places. All of these interpretations reflect society's fears about nuclear power and its potential consequences, kind of like modern-day boogeymen. Now, stepping away from the tales, let's take a quick dive into the scientific viewpoint. The exclusion zone has become a unique case study for scientists, showing how life can adapt and thrive in the strangest conditions. Some species, like the Przewalski's horse, have even increased in population since humans left the area. It's a reminder that sometimes nature is more resilient than we think. Though there's still a lot of concern about radiation effects, experts have found no definitive monsters per se, more like an incredible evolution of wildlife trying to survive and adapt. So what's the current vibe with Chernobyl? Well, the site has become a hotspot for tourists and urban explorers. People are fascinated by the blend of beauty and decay, photographing the hauntingly beautiful remnants of a life that once was. However, it's a double-edged sword, as these explorations also highlight our ongoing issues with nuclear disaster awareness. Plus, the monsters, whether they're real, mythological, or a mix of both, have shaped public perception regarding nuclear power. They serve as cautionary tales, echoing the importance of understanding what can happen when things go terribly wrong. So there you have it. From ghostly figures to mutated wildlife, Chernobyl has given birth to a myriad of monsters, shaped by both fear and nature. It's essential to remember these stories as we reflect on the impact of disasters and how they resonate within our culture. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you believe in the Chernobyl monsters? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe for more fascinating discussions. Next week, we're diving into monsters from another disaster. So stay tuned. Until next time, stay curious.